Are we having a good week so far? I had a bit of drama to let my dog out, and there were some snakes on my patio. And just like anything else that's on my patio or yard or in front of my house or that my dog can see, he chased it. So here's my dog chasing snakes. And I'm not happy about finding snakes in my patio. That makes me feel less comfortable walking around. And I have no idea what my dog would have done if he caught either snake. There was two. So I think they were working on making little snakes. You know what I mean? So it's been interesting. I feel like I'm living in the animal kingdom here, starting to seeing the circle of life as I go around. Lion comes along. Good gracious. But yeah, I'm used to like the occasional, big spider somewhere. That's scary enough. But yeah, there's quite a bit of wildlife around me, and I like that there are snakes. I know they eat rodents and that sort of a thing, and that's good. I just don't want to see the snakes or interact with them in any way. So, yeah, anybody wants some black racer snakes, I can offer you at least two. So, anybody have any fun stuff popping up for them? Or is it just me that gets to have all the fun with animals? Mhm. Okay. Oh, I would take, I used to flip out when I would see like a big bug or something like that. Yeah, they just put them right up in the vacuum and you don't have to worry about them at all. But not okay. All right. So when we did our Nearpod yesterday, um, I clicked on not the wrong Nearpod. When I looked to see what we were doing, I clicked on the wrong date and I actually clicked next week, not this week. That's why I thought we were on Act 4. We're actually on Act 3. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the Act 3 Nearpod today, and then we're going to spend some time in our next class going over the correct order of everything. And then I will quiz you guys on Acts 3 and 4 together since I'm kind of putting them together. So that way, I'm not going to do anything where you put things in order as far as Act 3 versus Act 4. It'll be more multiple choice questions that if you have um, read the play, watched what I have, and understand and stuff like that, then you will be okay to answer the questions because I'm not going to do anything like, did this event happen before this event? Since I was the one that reversed those two. Okay, so we're going to go into our Nearpod and can see what is going on. And when I preview all these stuff, make everything, I watch them a couple times, so I think that I've done them. And sometimes I have not. I made lesson plans to keep myself straight. And if I actually clicked on the right one, I think I would have. Weird lesson plans actually messed me up. Or just being on the wrong date. Okay. Cursor, there it is. Alrighty. So a couple people coming in. So get rolling with this really fast because this Nearpod's going to take most of our class period. So I'm not going to be able to allow as much time as I normally do. So with each time that we stop, I'm going to give it like maybe 2 minutes and then I'll keep going because we have to get through this one pretty fast. It's a short day. Alrighty, let's get rolling. Okay, so who is sitting on the throne of Scotland as of Act 3? Is it Duncan, Macduff, Macbeth, or Malcolm? Ready. It is Macbeth.
Thrice the brinded cat had mewed, thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw, told that under cold stone, day and night hath 31.
Okay, I just need to point this out. This cauldron that they have, like, there's like holes in it. So they didn't do a good job with the cauldron, but they're putting stuff in there. So yeah.
Sweltered venom, sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth boil and bubble. Double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf of the raven salt sea shark, root of a hemlock, digged in the dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat and slips of yew silvered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk, and Tartar's lips, finger of birth-strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab. Add thereto a tiger's chaudron for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood. Then the charm is firm and good. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags, what is't you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess, howe'er you come to know it, answer me.
Speak.
Demand.
Will answer.
Say if thou rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call him, let me see him.
Pour in sow's blood that had eaten her 9 pharaohs. Grease that sweating from the murder's gibbet. Throw into the flame. Come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He shall not be commanded. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Whate'er thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright. But one word more.
He shall not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm man.
Then live, Macduff, what need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Proud, and take no care, who chafes, who frets, or when conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish peace, until great Burnham Wood, to high Dunsinane Hill, shall come against him.
That will never be! Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Sweet bodements good, rebellion's head, rise never till the wood of Burnham rise. And our high place Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. What noise is this? Why sinks the cauldron?
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down, thy crown to sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair, thou other gold-bound brow, is like the first. A third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth, stars, eyes. What will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet, a seventh, I'll see no more. And yet the eighth appears, who bears a glass that shows me many more. In some I see that twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! And now I see 'tis true, for the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for his. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir, it is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheer we his sprites and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to make a sound while you perform antics around, that this great king may kindly say, our duties did his welcome pay.
Are they gone? Let this pernicious hour.
Okay. What does Macbeth ask the witches to reveal to him in Act 4, Scene 1? Cancel that. That's Act 3. So, what did we just watch? Apparently, I shouldn't dabble with Roman numerals. Aye. Future of his reign and fate of Banquo's descendants. Good.
Stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in without there.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters.
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse who was came by.
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is or took, unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
To make him fly the land.
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom. To leave his wife. To leave his babes. To leave his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in the nest against the owl. All is the fear, and nothing is the love. As little as the wisdom where the flight so runs against all
My
reason.
dearest cousin,
Yeah, we're in Act 4.
I pray you school yourself.
You do the witches thing a couple
But for
times.
your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. Now I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. I take my leave of you. It shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst must cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Fathered he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much a fool, should I say.
Okay, we are going to go to the audio version of the book because this was a Nearpod issue. Okay, so let me pull up. Not that. Here we go. All right, so we're going to listen to the audio version from the textbook itself because that should not be messed up. I did assign this to everybody. So I did the whole play. That way you've got access to the whole thing, and it goes until after the final. There it is. And I did it as an assignment, but it's not the one I'm going to grade in the book. Apparently it doesn't show up too good, so I was told just don't even worry about doing the book part. But okay, this is all in the assigned parts for you. So I'm going to have the audiobook play. I didn't really go down much further. Oh, it does. Look how much it gives us. I'm gonna read one line at a time. So I'm going to keep it on this part here. We might have enough time, but I wanted to be able to point out a couple things to you.
The Tragedy of Macbeth, Act 3, by William Shakespeare. Drama. Review and anticipate. In Act 2, Lady Macbeth drugs Duncan's guards, enabling Macbeth to kill the king. Macbeth subsequently kills the guards so that he can more easily blame them for the king's murder. Duncan's sons, Malcolm and Donalbain, flee, afraid that they will be assassinated by a kinsman eager to claim the throne. Because they run away, some suspect them of killing their father. As the act closes, it seems that Macbeth will be named king. Act 3 begins with Macbeth on the throne, as the witches had predicted. All seems to be going well for him, but he feels threatened by Banquo.
Forres, the palace. Enter Banquo.
Thou hast it now, King Cawdor, Glamis, all, as the weird women promised, and I fear thou playedst most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Senate sounded. Enter Macbeth as king, Lady Macbeth, Lennox, Ross, lords, and attendants.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to which my duties are with most indissoluble tie for ever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better. I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state craving us jointly. Hie you to horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell.
Exit Banquo.
Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. While then, God be with you.
Exit lords and all but Macbeth and a servant.
Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us.
Exit servant.
To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valour to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren sceptre in my gripe, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered, put rancours in the vessel of my peace only for them, and mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seeds of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come, fate, into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there?
Enter servant and 2 murderers.
Now go to the door, and stay there till we call.
Exit servant.
Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well then, now, have you considered my speeches? Know that it was he in the times past which held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference, passed in probation with you, how you were born in hand, how crossed the instruments who wrought with them, and all things else that might to half a soul and to a notion crazed say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point in second meeting. Did you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospelled to pray for this good man and his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave, and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue ye go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, sloughs, water-rugs, and demi-wolves are clept all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, every one according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed, whereby he does receive particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike, and so of men. Now if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us who wear our health but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that I am reckless what I do spite the world.
And I another so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on't.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down, and thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on't, for it must be done tonight, and something from the palace. Always thought that I require a clearness, and with him to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Fleance, his son, that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Scene 2, the palace.
Okay, so we have Macbeth hiring murderers to take out Banquo and Fleece. What a nice name to have. So we've got less than 10 minutes and more than 20 on this, so I'm thinking we're probably going to be continuing with this tomorrow. But I want to let you know, if you do have questions while we're going over this, please feel free to let me know in the chat if you're not understanding what somebody's saying, if you're getting stuck. I am following along with the paper version in front of me, so I might be able to point you in the right direction. Let's get you down to the act in the scene.
And a servant.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Naught's had, all spent. Where our desire is got without content, 'tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy.
Enter Macbeth.
How now, my lord, why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear, and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst, nor steel nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord, sleek o'er your rugged looks, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence, both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while that we must lave our honours in these flattering streams, and make our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his Fleance lives.
But in them nature's copy is not etern.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate's summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whiles night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So, prithee, go with me.
Okay, so they're trying to cheer themselves up because they have a party going on, and, recent events have made them kind of sad and anxious and fearful. So events such as murdering the king, blaming it on two innocent people and killing them too, setting murderers to go find a very dear friend and his son. And I don't know why they can't find Smiles. I mean, come on. That's a lot of things going on. You think these people would be dancing. All right, so we're going to leave it at scene 2 because we have 5 minutes. So please feel free to ask me whatever questions you have. On the final, there will be questions from Macbeth Act 2 to Act 5. I believe we are going to be having yours. Let me get the right date on this one because I've been looking at 2 different calendars simultaneously, and that's really messing me up because I told the freshman class that their final was the same week yours is, and that's not the case. Okay, so your final is on Thursday, which would be May 8th. So it will just be regular login. It'll be on Canvas. And so really good way to end strong. So ask me anything that you are unclear about with Macbeth so that you can really knock this one out of the park. Also, there is a big update coming for the Chromebooks. So be aware of that. They sent us a little flyer of what we're supposed to tell you guys if you have questions on that one. So I don't know if they gave you that flyer directly. Nobody else had questions for me on that one. Okay, so we have gotten to Macbeth introduction. We have gotten to Macbeth being a little too ambitious, his wife being extra ambitious, and trying to push him in her ambition. Of when the king said, "Oh, my eldest son will be the next one on the throne," Macbeth and Lady Macbeth were like, "Ooh, well, we're getting further away from the throne, and we were told we're supposed to be on it, so clearly we have to take matters in our own hands." That's when they murdered the king and his guards and blamed the guards for the king's murder. And then we have Malcolm and Donalbain. Kind of surprised they didn't stick together in this one. Malcolm, the one that's supposed to be on the throne, he went to England. Donalbain went to Ireland. So we've got the next on the throne was supposed to be, well, Duncan was alive and on the throne. And then if Malcolm had died without an heir, then it would go to Donalbain. So you've got some people that are pretty close to the throne, and that's where we have the moment that we were talking about with the Lion King yesterday, where Macduff goes to England to be like, "Malcolm, you need to come and take your throne back from Macbeth." And so Macbeth would be like Scar. Malcolm is like Simba, and Macduff is kind of taking Nala's role, a little bit of Rafiki. So we have a couple of them. So they're going to try and restore what the line of the succession is supposed to be because it got skewed with the ambition of the Macbeths. Okay. So we all clear on what's happening here? Okay. Well, there's a lot to go over with this one, I'll be honest. Got a lot of stuff working together. There's a lot of things that we know that the characters don't. So we've got a good amount of dramatic irony going on in this play. Those of you that came in later, I have been updating attendance. So if you were marked as out, then I have updated that. All right, so we've come to the end. So nice seeing everybody. I'll see you on tomorrow. We'll finish Act 3.